Welcome to the channel where all you gotta do is fix more vices. So I picked up a vise on Facebook Marketplace a couple months back, and I think I paid 125 bucks for it. Anyway, after that purchase, a bunch more started showing up on my feed, and these ones showed up. Well, I just noticed one of them actually, but for 150 bucks, and then it popped up again 125 bucks, and then 100 bucks, and then 80 bucks. And then I noticed the guy had like these fancy handles, and he had 3 of these. And it was the other side of the Bay Area, so it was like, I don't know, 50-mile drive or something. But 3 of them. So I kind of made it like they were more local, because I got one drive to get 3 of them. They're a little bit beat up. As you can see, this guy's been crashed a few 117 times. But, I mean, I'm not trying to restore these for some restoration scenario, but this one was actually pretty rough. This one, I already started pulling it apart, and you can see that thing looks like it was sitting in the bilge of a boat for 27 years. But it'll still work. So these 2 I already took apart and cleaned up. This one I haven't, but it only moves a little bit. It goes that far, and then so this is by far the nicest one of all 3 of these, but it still needs to be taken apart and cleaned up. New bearings. These bearings are just. Yeah, this bearing actually looks pretty good. This bearing here was kind of disintegrated. This is the Benno parts right here. Yeah. So that's the cleaned up bearing that came out of it. It's pretty rough. You can call that a bearing. But the nice thing about these Kurt Vises is they're pretty simple, right? There's not a lot of complicated parts involved. Relatively easy to repair. So anyway, I'm going to go through, clean this one up some more. This all dripped out of this gooey stuff. Dripped all out of there after spraying it with WD-40 a million times and running this thread in and out 15 times. It's still pretty rough and still needs more cleaning, but we'll get these all up and running. And now the nice thing is there's 2 versions of this. There's a D600, which is this guy, which is kind of the old school one, and then we kind of made it better and cheaper, which is the way you want to do it. And these are D675's, and the way you tell the difference is it has this inlay here, plastic inlay, and then the labels on the opposite side. So a 675 has a label on the right side, and the 600 has a label on the left side. So I'll probably use these 675s on the CNC, on the Charnoa, and then I'll have 2 vices for the manual mill, which that's about all the travel it has anyway. And then I also have another vise over here that I just use. So this is the cleaned up version of the shop. Not quite done yet, but still stuff on the floor that I want to get off the floor. But I still have this vise here, which is like a cheap Chinese, $100. It's like a copy of a Kurt Vise, but definitely not as good, and the jaws are not the same. They have 10mm bolts instead of 1/2-inch bolts. So I have that one as well that I use on this bender. Well, it's not really a bender. I use it as a press brake with my, homemade press brake tools. Roundy one, a squarey one. Anyway, it's a useful tool, even though I think I paid $37 for that delivered from Harbor Freight one day, and I needed to press the Bronco bits apart back when the Bronco had the original front suspension on it. But anyway, I digress. That's got to go in the wine cellar still. I'm still in the middle of cleanup, but you can't clean up for 3 weeks straight and not go crazy. So I'm gonna spend a bit of time getting all these 3 cleaned up. Not really taking any material out, just kind of chasing the threads that are already in there. Definitely use a cut tap on this because I'm trying to get all the schmutz and rust. Use a roll tap, it'll not clean it out and mush the debris into the existing surfaces. So that seems pretty good. I don't know how you get this much garbage. Like, how do you get garbage inside of those? Oh, you drill a hole in the side. That's how. Yeah, okay. That took way longer than it should have, because everything does. Alright, so now the threads all work. We'll just get this thing stoned. Not that kind of stoned. This kind of stoned. And we'll move on to the next, kind of assembly. Its next is assembly. Alright, let's finish this disgusting vise up. Again, this has already been cleaned in the solvent tank, so it was hard to believe it was worse. Alright, so I'm using old previously used, I guess is the right word. Bearings that I had. Which is okay. This vise is kind of a piece of junk, so that wasn't clever. Just stay right there. Rub a little grease onto you. Yeah, like a butter. Okay. This one's just a bushing, not really any bearing surface. But. And then this is a little snap ring goes on there. Just kind of wind it on like a piston pin circlip. Doesn't make a cool snapping noise like a snap ring, but it's okay. We'll get over it. Not as fun as a Jesus clip, but there we go. Alright, I'm gonna put some whale oil on this guy. We'll lube that up with some grease once it's assembled. I did clean this out, 416 times, but it's still pretty, it's way cleaner, but it's still a little rough in there. Which is fine. Good enough. A little bit of lube on here. And it'll work its way where it needs to go, eventually. Alright, now that guy on. Theory, I can put this guy on. A little grease on the back side of this. Hold that in place. And we'll torque these guys down to 100. 100 foot-pounds sounds good. Okay. Let's run this thing through its paces. Feels okay. Give this a shot of some Deluxe. Oh, hang on. Ten shots? Sure, sounds good. You stay over there. Now this is probably going to squirt out when I drive it. That's okay. Okay, let me go get a proper winch. Alright, so sounds a little grindy, but I can turn it with one finger, so I think we're in business for. This is definitely better than one of those $100 Chinese replicas that you can't fit Kurt jaws on. And those probably don't have bearings anyway. I think this is going to work fine. Typically when you machine stuff on a CNC, which I think I'm going to be using this for, the first operation, you just put material in here, clamp it in, and you walk around the outside, cut the top and everything. So it doesn't really matter where it locates. And then you flip it over and then it matters. So this could be op 1 vise, and it's just holding like rough material. It doesn't really matter, as long as it doesn't fall out, it's fine. Okay, so rusty one done. This is the next one. This one is this one's had a rough life, but it's not as rusty. This all looks pretty good, and the nut looks pretty good. So I think this one's clean enough. This is a D60, not a 675. So this will be a manual doodad, and this one, the thrust bearing looks fine. So I'll just lube that up, throw it back together. I'll do some. Oh, this one I already did some filing on it. Looks like maybe not so much on this guy. But now this one should be whole bunch less effort than the last one. That one was bad. thread-wise. It was pretty disgusting. But it is what it is. There's a little lube under there. I already put grease on the little half sphere thingy. Not quite as smooth. I think it's got a bit of a high spot right here. Anyway, that's what you get when you buy old used junk. Evidently, I wouldn't know. I never do that. Except for right now. Doing it right now. This is roughy. So I got 2 out of 3 done. The third one is in remarkably better shape, but this thing doesn't move the whole way. So I have to do the same thing to that one, but I got to pull it all apart, clean it. But at this point I got 4 working vices and that one. So I think I'll be fine for now. You guys don't want to see one more. It's kind of more the same, and this one's probably going to be less crappy. Less cleaning, less sanding. This is probably the best one. I probably should have fixed this one first, but I like to start with the challenging ones first and then move on to the easy ones. That's just how I am. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now. Anyway, if you like this content, want more? Don't forget to subscribe. Getting close to 1,000 subscribers now, so I'm not sure what happens then. Probably nothing, but it's kind of a milestone. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.